This is the Jim Fannin Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
I've made one mistake in my life. I should have burned Berlin down.
A magnificent March 2nd to you. It's a beautiful snowy day in downtown St. Catharines. A sensational Sunday to you. Live from the White House of Talk on Yates Street in St. Catharines. This is the Jim Fannin Show. Heard every Sunday right here from noon to 2. Today we're getting yanked early. Got a conversation with the Premier coming up. And then Ice Dogs at 1:30. Catch us on the AM dial at 610 AM or streaming live on 610ckTB.com. Take a cruise and find my show page, and you can take our podcast out for a rip. You have your digits, other ways to interact with the Jim Fannin Show. Chirp us out on Twitter at 610 CKTB at Jim Fannin. You can send me an email, jimfannin@gmail.com. The Jim Fannin Show brings you great interviews with solid guests and a decent host. Some good topics to bang the phones about, some solid bumpers. Today, we have Aidan Miller in the booth. Gonna light up some bumper music for you. Aidan Miller played last night. A reunion of the old Smoothies set up at the Mansion House. Jamming out. Great warm-up show for his Thursday night show at the Mansion House, where he's going to do all original music and brand new music here today. You won't hear anything that Aidan Miller's ever played before today on the show. That will not suck. 905-688-2582. If you want to get in, we usually have open phones. Call screener doesn't have much of a test for you to get through, so you will get on the air if you call. I want to talk a couple things, local politics today. But what the hell is with those potholes? I have a shimmy in my front end now that shakes my whole car, and I need a new alignment. Niagara Street and Church on the inside corner, going around the corner there. You want to stay away from that thing because it's about 3 feet deep. That will mess up your front end. Couple of regional issues to hit on. Municipal politics. We saw budget night at the city this week. It was a show. I want to say what kind of show it was. I'm not sure Rob can hit the dump button fast enough for what I want to say. If you have an amendment to a motion or a resolution that's coming before council, why do we have to discuss the original motion for 2, 3, 4 freaking hours when we're not even going to talk about we have an amendment coming? Why do we have to spend the whole night at budget night talking about arenas when we have an amendment to the arena? It was all just a show, a political dance, and a waste of time. I went down there. I certainly didn't stay till almost 1 o'clock in the morning to see these guys get anything done. With some good presenters, Chamber of Commerce, all the ICE users came forward, some local celebrities. What a waste of time. Seriously. And then at the Niagara region this week, they come with this huge surplus, and the elected councillors can't find it in their soul to give it back to the ratepayers. So they vote to keep it in a slush fund. Another waste of time. 905-688-2582. This is Aidan Miller. He is live in the producer's studio. Going out and coming in, you're going to hear live music from Aidan Miller like we do always here, my thanks to X Prime, Black Flies. We've got some nice talent coming in. Aaron Berger is next week, and the St. Catharines mayor, Brian McMullen, is in. Aaron Berger, check this guy out. He's nice. And we have a huge announcement. I'll tease that for the end of the show. We have a political guest coming up. He's booked, and you won't believe who I landed. Coming up next, we will hit on a couple more regional issues and come back with Aidan Miller live in the studio on the, what do you call that, keyboards. Looking good. 905-688-2582. This is the Jim Fannin Show on 610 CKTB.
I can't play the game. And all such a shame. Eternal down. We'll keep bailing out. Been selling lies. I can't criticize. When the web got smart, I better talk holding up a shotgun. I said we got trouble, trouble, trouble. We got trouble. We got trouble, trouble, trouble. We got trouble. I said we got trouble now. I tell you who to love. We the kick and shove. The God's on our side. I better run and hide. I get the same concern. I say and hide your burn. Baby on the ground. I can't start a fight, find a better way. It's being down. We got trouble, trouble, trouble. We got trouble. We got trouble, trouble, trouble. We got trouble.
This is the Jim Fannin Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
I know you can't see. We got lots of reasons to believe. We got lots of reasons to believe some will rise again. You keep telling me nothing in this world will come for free. Here's one thing which you can't believe. You got a friend. Such a long time been on the road. Across the desert of broken dreams. Time's been severed by spiteful lies. Can't find the river for the reeds. Give each other something to believe.
I am Jim Fannin. Welcome back. This is the Jim Fannin Show. We're only going to 1 o'clock today. That is the great Aidan Miller. Aaron Berger's next week. Peter Secord, I'm worried about you, man. Booked on the show. Lots of lead time. Maybe too much time in Vegas? I don't know, man. In this day and age, if you can't make it, shoot me a text. A little worried. I hope you're okay, Peter. Peter Secord was supposed to be the guest today in the booth. He's running for mayor, and he is also a city councilor here in St. Catharines, and a friend of mine. Man, going way back to the Multi-Tech Warehouse Direct days, where we used to skate the residential electronics sales floor. A good crew. I think Peter Secord was my ass man at one time. Assistant manager, that's... So, Peter, if you're in transit, I'm still making time for you. I'm a little bit worried that you're not okay. So check in with us. Give us a call. 905-688-2582. Open phones today. The Twitterverse got lit up this week with city council meeting and the regional council meeting. And the mayor of Niagara Falls, Jim Diodati, gave his state of the city address. Love Mayor Diodati. Came in a few weeks ago. Just straight talk. An obvious biased shill for Niagara Falls. That's what you get paid to do when you're the mayor. No pulling punches. Straight talk. Got a lot of time for Mayor Jim Diodati. And his message: bringing GO Transit to Niagara would be the single biggest economic driver for the region. It was tweeted out by Calvin Reed. Another guy I got a lot of time for. Used to be the political reporter down at the St. Catharines Standard. A couple other people tweeted out the same things. I re-chirped it. We've talked about GO Transit so long in this region. And now I think Mayor Jim's on the right track with this. This is the single most important thing that the region faces right now, bringing GO Transit to Niagara Falls. Not West Niagara, not Grimsby, not St. Catharines, Niagara Falls, all the way. You see in Buffalo, I'm putting some money into infrastructure from a direct line from Buffalo to New York City. Imagine if we had GO coming straight down to Fort Erie. Niagara Falls on to Fort Erie. Imagine taking a train from Toronto to NYC and back. As a realtor, I am in favor of anything that increases property value, not taxes. And I've often said the Niagara region is the single best deal real estate-wise in southwestern Ontario, an hour from Toronto. There's no way you can find a better deal than Niagara. Many of the other communities within an hour's drive of Toronto have blown up, but they've also got the GO access, the transportation in and out. We've seen what happened to Kitchener-Waterloo. Barrie's blown up completely since they got their new line, GO line going in and out. And we are not going to turn the corner in this community, I don't believe, especially with real estate values, until something happens with GO Transit. We've got a great community down here. You don't have to wait in line like you do in the big cities, at stoplights, at the beer store, at your bank machine. We've got a great quality of life here. Clean community, well-lit streets, lots of green spaces. And you can buy a 3-bedroom brick bungalow with a garage about 2 blocks from Lake Ontario for about $200,000. Now, you can't do that anywhere an hour from Toronto. So as the silly season starts, as Councillor Birch would call it, election time. The municipal's coming up. We've got people announcing for mayor here and there, and tons of rumors. Names being circulated in the run for mayor in St. Catharines. And I encourage you, if you're political, get off your couch, quit bitching and moaning, take the plunge and run for something. Bernie in St. Catharines, thanks for joining us, the Jim Fannin Show. How are you?
I'm great. I had a granddaughter early this morning.
Oh, well done. Bernie Schlepkoff, I recognize the voice.
Beautiful little girl. She's just perfect peanut.
Well, you okay now?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm in seventh heaven.
Giving birth, I heard, is a difficult job, so I hope you're well.
Well, she was a bit early, not much, but about a week.
Right.
And went in at about 7:30 yesterday morning, and we were kind of hoping March 1st would be a nice birthday, but no, she was 26 minutes after midnight this morning, and mom and baby are just and dad are just doing fine.
Awesome. Well, I don't think you called to talk about the new addition to your family. What's on your mind today?
I happened to catch your show. Came home to hear, and unfortunately, I guess Peter must be caught up somewhere.
Yeah, he's behind a snowplow or something. I don't know, but
it's got to be. But anyways,
things happen.
Well, you were talking about Gio Dottie, and the GO Transit, and I've been quite involved with trying to push the region to step up their game with regards to regional transit. And there's no hope in heck that we're going to be able to get GO Transit down here and working efficiently without a totally integrated regional transit system to feed passengers into and out of.
Well, that's an interesting take, and Steve Cook's take, actually, as he represented the Greater Niagara Chamber of Commerce. One of his points at budget night on Monday, which I had the honor of watching live, if you can call it that. Kind of, I mean, it's not the first time I've been to council, but Steve Cook came up and made a couple great points. Some I agree with, some I don't, but this one is an interesting consideration. He's calling for the merger of St. Catharines, Welland, and Niagara Falls transits.
Well, I'm aware of that, and I have it on fairly good political authority, I guess.
Bernie, you're not in the tub, are you? Tell me you're not calling the Jim Fannin Show from your tub and you're just like stroking your rubber ducky there.
What kind of image is that?
Something's in the background.
What kind of image?
Get out of the tub, man. Dry off and call me back.
Jim.
Sorry.
I understand that they're working hard at merging these transits together. And unfortunately, I'm hearing that Niagara Falls is holding up the works. Now, I don't know the particulars of it. Just this is what I've heard.
Interesting point. Niagara Falls is a huge consideration now because Jim Diodati's not only a political stud, but he's the guy holding the bag of money at the end of the rainbow. He's the last stop on the GO train, and he's got all the money.
I've heard this through the grapevine from people who should know. I don't know the particulars. And I was part of some people who made a presentation at the committee level at the region, the Transportation Strategy Steering Committee. And am I on?
Yeah, you're on. You're getting bumped out soon, though, so finish up.
Okay. So the Niagara Poverty Reduction Network made a presentation and talked about the importance of effective integrated regional transit as part of the strategy for helping people overcome poverty.
I appreciate your time, Bernie. Thanks for calling the Jim Fannin Show. When we go to the music, that means you're getting bumped out. That doesn't mean you're getting run off the radio. As a caller to the show, mostly Tom McConnell Show, once in a while, Larry Fedoric. There's a couple different ways you can check that you're on still. If you're like Clarice, you can say, "Am I still on?" Or if you're like Sonny, you can go, "Hello? Hello?" And then the host will say, "You're still on, caller. Wrap it up. Get out of the tub, Bernie." Appreciate your call. 905-688-2582. This is Aidan Miller going out, coming back. Going to talk with Ralph de Groot, local celebrity, and talk a little bit about the Niagara Entrepreneur of the Year Awards coming up on 610 CKTB.
This is the Jim Fannin Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
But you're determined, whatever's about. Whatever's about. I'm in need of some healing. Violence alone. Haven't been sleeping. Heartbeat's getting slow. Won't you come back now? In my misery. In my misery. I'm begging you, please, give me just one more chance. But you turn on me, say I'm not in your plans, yeah. You tell me I'm despair. What can I do? I'm coming for you.
Welcome back. I am Jim Fannin. That is Aidan Miller. I'm trying to get some behind the scenes. I come in with my camera. I put it on video. I forget to press record. I requested, one of his older songs from his last solo album. Oh, I want to play something I've heard before, right? Coming for what? No, coming for you? I come in and press the recording button. No, I didn't press the recording button. So you will not see that behind the scenes on my Facebook wall. There's a YouTube video if you go check out Aidan Miller, 610 CKTB, behind the scenes, Jim Fannin. Search whatever you want on YouTube. There's a brand new video of Aidan Miller behind the scenes. We'll get some more of that up for you. And then after this segment, we're going to talk to him very quickly. We're out at 1 o'clock today. Thank you for your patience. Usually we're noon to 2. Today we're getting cut early. CFRB is going to a conversation with the Premier of Ontario. Who's that? Kathleen Wynne. And it looks like for the next few weeks they're going to have conversations with the leaders. So we're going to carry a half an hour of that. And then we go to Ice Dogs hockey. That is unbumpable. I am movable. The Ice Dogs are not. Ralph de Groot. Talk about unmovable. How the heck are you, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Good. I appreciate you coming in the show and being flexible. We've been going back and forth all week as far as when you're coming in and what time and whatnot, so I appreciate your patience. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries. I hope Peter's okay.
Yeah, exactly. We've got, I'm sure I'll hear from him later, so hopefully he calls in and says...
I don't know. I was out in my driveway for about an hour shoveling. I hope he's not laying in a snowbank on the side of his driveway.
After suffering a massive heart attack from shoveling his 300-meter driveway in North End St. Catharines. If you've ever been to Peter's house, you know he lives way back in off the road. Ralph, talk to me about the Niagara Entrepreneur Awards.
Well, if you've never been, it's the 20th anniversary. So for 20 years, we've been celebrating entrepreneurs in Niagara. So this year's a pretty big deal because it is exactly that, the 20th anniversary. And we're kind of at a turning point, seeing where this whole, awards gala is going. It's just been building momentum for year after year. So it's a pretty big night.
Now, I've been a little bit critical of some of these business groups that give out awards to only their members. It's, I call it a mutual masturbation society, not to offend some of my older callers. But what do you have to do to qualify? Do you have to be a member of something, or does everyone, if you're in business, you qualify?
If you're in business, you submit a package, a nomination. So I could nominate you if I so desired. And what I would do is I would put together a package that spelled out the story. who is this guy or this girl or this organization? What is it that they do, and what makes them special? And we've got a bunch of different categories.
And you got a committee that selects the winner?
Then we have a nominations committee that looks, I mean, they spend months kind of poring over the stories and back-checking and doing their due diligence, and then they all kind of come to the table and vote and say, you know what, here's a great story, and they get the award. So we've got, emerging entrepreneurs, we've got established family enterprises, we've got agricultural, we've got technology, we've got Lifetime Achievement Awards. Last year, David House from Lincoln Fabric,
right,
was the Lifetime Achievement winner.
Mm-hmm.
This year, it's Paul House, CEO of Tim Hortons. So this is kind of a speaking of local celebrities. I mean, that's a guy, and he's leading one of the biggest brands in Canada.
Nice.
He's being celebrated, so he'll be there on Friday night. So we're excited about that.
This Friday night, where are you at, and how do people get a hold of you, or get tickets, or get signed up for it? And more importantly, how much?
Tickets, I believe, are $95, or you can get a table. It's at Sheridan on the Falls. It's a black tie affair. Friends of yours, the Cardinals, will be the musical guests at the after party.
Now that is a good get. Those guys can play, man. For 20-year-old young men, those guys are just a great talent in Niagara.
They are top shelf, and again, that's Niagara. And so if you're in business in Niagara, or you said the elections are coming up, if I was a politician, I wouldn't miss it. I mean, because you've got the heartbeat of Niagara is there. And this isn't a business group. This is open to anyone in business.
So this is a great networking opportunity, both for politics, for business, or just socially?
Socially. If you live in Niagara and you have a vested interest, if you want to spend your money in Niagara and have the profits come back into Niagara, this is a place to go to meet the people that do just that.
Nice.
These are the people that keep Niagara running. So it's going to be an exciting event. I'm the host this year, so I'm excited about that. It's going to be a great evening.
So you're the MC?
I'm the MC.
Well, that will be entertaining. I can guarantee you that. If anyone knows Ralph de Groot around town here, or you saw him take the 24-hour challenge, or you've ever run into him down at Henley Honda or any other place that he hangs out, this should be entertaining.
You can see me doing some fun stuff there on our website. Go to Niagara Entrepreneur of the Year. Just Google it, and it'll bring you to the website, and it'll give you some more information. Sheridan on the Falls. It's going to be a great evening. It's going to be a lot of fun. And there's no 7-second delay for censoring, so I've got to make sure I stay on my game and keep it pointed. But we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be a great
nice. How many people do you expect down there?
Last year there was just shy of 600, I think it was.
Wow.
So tickets are going fast. So I mean, we're only a week away, so I don't know that there's a lot of tickets left. A lot of people, if you're nominated, a lot of people like to bring friends and family. So it's, like I said, it's a big deal, but it's right there at the hotel. A lot of people will get a room, and it's the middle of winter. If you're not going away anytime soon, it's a great break. It's a Friday night. You have a great meal. There's a great group of people.
I'm glad you touched on the meal. Most importantly, I'm going to drag my ass down there. I'm going to support you guys in this. What the hell are we eating, man? That's the most important question. What are we eating?
It's a little bit of a secret.
Uh-oh.
I know that JL Craft is getting an award.
You mean secret, like mystery meat or kind of roadkill, or...
We've got an impressive menu, but I've been really pushing because Kraft is winning this historical award. I think we should all have Kraft dinner.
Oh, brother. Don't get me started on Kraft.
No,
I don't think they're owned by Philip Morris anymore, so I can't use that argument on them anymore. So they're not owned by a huge tobacco conglomerate anymore, I don't think.
Yeah. So we are going to have, it's a full 3-course meal. Last year it was delicious. I don't know the specifics, but I know that there's some options. We start with a salad. We're going to present a few awards, and then we're going to have some time for just a great 3-course meal, followed by dessert and the awards ceremony, and it's always fun. There's some great multimedia presentations, some videos. And it's just a great, when you leave there, you're really pumped. You don't need anyone from outside of Niagara to tell you that we matter, because we know we matter. So,
all right, Ralph, I really appreciate it. One more time, the date, the time, and how we get tickets. Where's it at?
March 7th, Sheridan on the Falls, Niagara Entrepreneur of the Year Awards. Google it. It'll get you to the website. You can get tickets online. Or call me, message me. Look me up on Facebook or Ralph DeGroot, at Ralph DeGroot on Twitter, and I will make sure you get a ticket.
Nicely done, Ralph. I really appreciate the time. Thanks for coming in. That's Ralph DeGroot. Get your tickets for the Niagara Entrepreneur of the Year Award now. And while you're at it, throw down $15 and go see Aidan Miller on Thursday night at the Mansion House. I'm telling you, this kid has some serious game. Grew up in the church. Comes from a gospel background, rootsy, kind of soul, and all original. Going out with more Aidan Miller. And coming back, we're going to spend the last segment talking about him and his musical madness right here on 610 CKTB.
Spread the glory. Now you've done will be forgiven. We go where the lights are dim. We forget all of our sins. Gotta get back where you started. Long street of broken-hearted man. You gotta hold on. Yeah, hold on. Keep on holding on.
This is the Jim Fannin Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
Can you live with such an evil man? A guilty call that never touched his hand. Gets you with the bait hook. On his grave. Now don't you speak or stand. The guilty tongues me away. Your neck won't truly be saved until we're dancing on his grave.
Welcome back. That is Aidan Miller. I am Jim Fannin. We're done at 1 o'clock today. Aidan Miller's going to come in after jamming out some bumper musics, playing late last night. I'm sure the rock stars don't get to bed till the early hours in the morning. I got out of there early. It took me an hour and a half. I couldn't even catch a cab out of downtown St. Catharines last night. You know, I only had a few drinks, but the weather was crappy. I'm like, you know what? I'll let somebody else drive home. I could not catch a cab. I walked around and back in and back out, watched the band, and getting out of St. Catharines is a pain in the ass. Figure it out, Central Taxi. 5-0, whatever you call yourself now, Aidan Miller. Dude,
what's up,
thanks.
brother?
Thanks for the time, man. We've been teasing this a long time.
Yeah, man.
We've had a lot of other rock stars come in, but I'm really looking forward to getting you in. Home from Victoria. You got a heavy week this week. Romby's tonight, you tell me. That's a North End bar. I could probably get out and squeeze out and see you.
Yeah.
So a busy week coming up. You got the Thursday show at Mansion House.
Mansion House, yep.
That got me a free beer last night. Stacy's like, I'm like, put one on the wall for me. No, I'm not. You walk out all the time on me. Put one on the wall. I go, we're doing a freaking 1 hour Mansion House commercial. Oh, okay. That got me a beer.
They run a tough ship there.
Yeah. So, what do we expect on Thursday? You going to do some older original stuff as well?
No, it's gonna. I mean, well, we might tease people a little with that, but it's cool. I've never done something like this where I started writing as soon as I got out there, and this is just like sort of a 6-month snapshot of what I've been doing.
You mentioned a lot of water influence as well, being out on the.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize it till it was all done, and then I started looking over it. I was like, wow, there is sort of a theme there.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't intentional, but yeah, it's. I think the surroundings always influence your writing, but
you got some good musicians backing you up for Thursday night as well. Tell me about the talent that's backing you up.
The best. I've got Jeff Luciani on drums, who played on my first record,
right?
And he's
He's a
great drummer. Great drummer. He's played with the Deers a lot out of Montreal, and Rich Moore on bass.
Yeah,
who's like
what more can you say?
The man, the man. Jake Zapotachny on keys, who's, I mean, you could put him on any instrument and he'd be great, but he's playing keys. And my sister's going to be singing some backup vocals.
Right. I saw her last night. It was great to see her.
Yeah. Oh, of course. And then Nelson Beatty, who's my son, the Hurricane, and Morant's Project fella.
Morant's Project. What a great crew that was, too, man. I popped that in my CD player the other day. I'm like, I miss these guys so much.
Yeah.
Another solid band. Gone by the wayside, though.
Yeah, well, all things come to an end, right?
Yeah.
And Nelson's bringing in a couple of Toronto cats to fill out the horn section. So, big 6-piece band. And the horns were funny because as I was writing the tunes, I was like, you know what? I hear horns on this. And I was like, well, I guess I could try and write horn parts. So I just did.
Yeah, nice. Well done.
Yeah, so I wrote them all, and then I sent them to Nelson. I was like, are these playable? Like,
is this workable?
I looked up on Google like the range of a trumpet and just started writing. And
nice.
He's like, yeah, they're great. So now I can write horn parts.
Paige Kopp opening up as well. We had her in here. What a sweetheart. 15 years old. Yeah. Pick up the guitar at 12. I don't know what it is. There's nothing better than putting people together in real estate. Everyone's got a guy. I got a chiropractor. I got a plumber. When she came in, her dad was here. She was just so sweet and a smoky, sultry voice, and just looking forward to her opening up too.
I haven't met her yet, so
yeah.
But you know what? And Sure Thing is the other opener.
Sure Thing, yeah.
And there's not a lot of chances for these young kids to play, and I benefited a lot from guys that were my age now,
mentoring you
when I was a teenager, and I mean, they don't get a shot at playing live enough. So yeah, I mean, coming to town for a week and doing an original show. Why not give the kids a chance to play, right?
Well, I'm so proud of you, brother. Thank you for coming in. I know it was probably a late one for you last night. I was even chirping at your wife. I'm like, make sure he makes the show.
Yeah,
don't
she woke me up.
No show on me. Don't pull a Peter Secord. Yeah. Thanks for your patience today. We're out. Kathleen Wynne is coming up. She's going to take your calls on CFRB, and then we got the we got the Ice Dogs from the White House of Talk. Here it coming up on 610 CKTB. Next week, we got Mary McMullen. Aaron Berger is the musical guest. And check this. March 23rd, Robert Swayze. Do you know this name? Robert Swayze was your Niagara Regional Integrity Commissioner. I'm going to have him for an hour on the radio. March 23rd, check it out. This is Jim Fannin right here on 610 CKTB.
Operations in living room, abortions in the guest room. Oh, one more. Please turn round.